welcome back. So it's been a while since I uploaded my last video. It's more than a month, I guess. So I was super busy lately because of work and then getting my driver's license. So finally I got my driver's license. Yay! And I hope you're all doing good, guys. So anyway, for today's video, I'm gonna show you how to fill out the N-400 form application for naturalization online. So if you choose to file your N-400 form online, then watch this video. Filing online is the same as sending in your completed N-400 form. They gather the same information and they cost the same. So for those who are new to this channel, welcome to Inday Luray. In this channel, I've shared my K-1 visa process, my adjustment of status, removal of conditions, and now I'm on the process of filing my US citizenship through the naturalization process based on marriage. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a USCIS account and then check eligibility if you're eligible to file for N-400. Fill out the form, and then what are the documents or evidence that you need to include with your application, and then the documents or evidence that you need to bring during your N-400 interview. So if you have questions, guys, just comment down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe and tap that notification bell so you won't miss any of my N-400 updates.
First thing that we're going to do is go to Google and type in USCIS, and that would take us to USCIS Home. Let's click on that. So this is the USCIS official website. And if you scroll down, you will see here most accessed forms and N-400 application for naturalization. So let's click on that. N-400 application for naturalization. So naturalization is the process to become a U.S. citizen if you were born outside of the United States. If you meet certain requirements, you may become a U.S. citizen either at birth or after birth. Use this form to apply for U.S. citizenship. And also, you can file your form online, and these are the online filing benefits. And you can check your eligibility here, and these are the form details, edition date, where to file, filing fee, etc. So first, let's check your eligibility. Okay, so naturalization eligibility tool. Determine my eligibility. So let's start the naturalization eligibility tool. The first question, were one or both of your parents a U.S. citizen when you were born? No. How old are you? 18 years or older. Are you a member of the U.S. Armed Forces? No. Are you a lawful permanent resident? Yes. When did you become a lawful permanent resident? Between January 16, 2017 and January 16, 2019. Are you married to a U.S. citizen? Yes. Have you been married for 3 years or longer? Yes. Has your spouse been a U.S. citizen for 3 years or longer? Yes. Have you left the United States in the past 3 years? Yes. Have any of your trips outside of the United States been longer than 6 months? No. So, you may be eligible to apply for naturalization. You have been a lawful permanent resident for more than 3 years and your spouse is a U.S. citizen. Apply for naturalization, N-400 login required. Let's click on that, and this will take us to the sign-in page since I don't have an account yet. So let's click on create an account, and then you have to put in your email address. So this is just an example for you guys. So email confirmation, and then click on sign up. And then it says here, a USCIS account confirmation email has been sent to goodygood19@gmail.com. Please follow the instructions in the email to confirm your USCIS account request. If you do not receive the confirmation email within the next 10 minutes, please return to this page and request your confirmation instructions again. So let's go ahead and check that email confirmation. So this is from my account at uscis.dhs.gov. To continue creating your USCIS account, you must confirm your email address. To confirm your email address, please click on the link below or copy and paste the entire link into your browser. Let's click on that. Next, terms of use, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services Online Electronic Immigration System. So guys, if you have time, you can read this, but I'll just go to the bottom part and click on I agree. Next, create a password. Your password must be between 8 and 64 characters and can contain letters, numbers, special characters, and emojis. So next, two-step verification method. Every time you log in, you will be given a verification code. What is your preferred method to receive your verification code? Use an authentication app or SMS text message or via email. So I'm just going to use SMS text message, receive a text message to your mobile device when signing in. So I'm just going to put in my phone number, hit submit. And a verification code has been sent to this number. Please enter the code that you received. If you do not receive the code in 10 minutes, please request a new verification code. So this is the code that has been sent to my phone number. Click submit. And two-step verification backup code. If you lose access to your authentication device, you get a new mobile device or change your phone number, you can use this backup code to log into your USCIS account. If you change and confirm a new two-step verification method preference, your old code will no longer work. Please print or save a copy of this code and store it somewhere safe so that you are not locked out of your account. So I'm just gonna print screen this. Next, provide password reset answers. Set the security questions. You must remember the answers to these questions if you ever need to reset your password. After setting up your security questions, click on Submit. Next, account type. So select an account type. So in my case, I am an applicant, petitioner, or requester. Let's click on that and hit Submit. Next page, application for naturalization. So before you start your application, of course, we started with eligibility tool and then the filing fee. If you are under 75 years old, the application fee is 725 US dollars. This includes the $640 application fee and $85 biometric service fee. And for the refund policy, USCIS does not refund fees regardless of any action we take on your application, petition, or request, or how long USCIS takes to reach a decision. So filing online, submitting your application online is the same thing as mailing in a completed paper form. They both gather the same information and cost the same. Documents you may need. So you have to provide the required documents as evidence. And then after you submit your application, track your case status online, respond to requests for information, provide your biometrics, attend your interview, and then take the oath of allegiance. Then next, completing your form online, complete the getting started section first, and then provide as many responses as you can. We will automatically save your responses, so your information in the form will be saved for 30 days from today or from the last time you worked on the form. How to continue filling out your form. After you start the form, you can sign into your account to continue where you left off. And then DHS privacy notice. And security reminder, if you do not work on your form for more than 30 days, we will delete your data in order to prevent storing personal information indefinitely. Then start application. So this is where the N-400 application form starts, and we are now at the Getting Started section. So the question here, what is your basis for eligibility? I am at least 18 years of age and have been a lawful permanent resident of the United States for at least 3 years. In addition, I have been married to and living with a U.S. citizen spouse for the last 3 years, and my spouse has been a U.S. citizen for the last 3 years at the time I filed my Form N-400. So next question. Is someone assisting you with completing this application? No. Next, what is your current legal name? So in here, just type in your current first name, middle name, and then last name. Next question, have you used any other name since birth? For me, no. Would you like to legally change your name? So a court can allow you to change your name at your naturalization oath ceremony. You do not need to request a name change if you legally change your name because of marriage, divorce, or other court order. We cannot process name change requests for members of the military or their spouses who are naturalizing overseas. So no for me. Okay, so contact information. How can we contact you? So, mobile telephone number, the same for my daytime, evening, and work telephone number. And your email address here will just auto populate. So, next, what is your current mailing address? Okay, next, what is your date of birth? And what is your country of birth? And then your immigration information. What is your country of citizenship or nationality? Philippines. On what date did you become a lawful permanent resident? This can be found on your green card. And then next, what is your name exactly as it appears on your permanent resident card? So in my case, the name on my permanent resident card matches my current legal name. So I'm just gonna tick the box here. And then next, what is your A number? So I guess you already know where to locate your A number. Okay, so we are still under your immigration information. And in here, what is your US Social Security number? Next, what is your USCIS online account number? So you can find your USCIS online account number by signing in to your account and going to your profile page. Only if you previously filed an application, petition, or request using the USCIS online filing system, provide the USCIS online account number you were issued. Or if you previously filed certain applications, petitions, or requests on a paper form via USCIS lockbox facility, you may have received a USCIS online account access notice issuing you a USCIS online account number. You can find the number at the top of the notice. So, guys, if you did not do either of these, then you would not have a USCIS online account number. So, by creating an account on USCIS website does not give you a USCIS online account number. And by the way, the USCIS online account number is not the same as an A number. So the USCIS online account number was previously called the USCIS Electronic Immigration System number. So in my case, I do not have a USCIS online account number. Just gonna tick this box and leave it blank. Okay, so next, about you section, describe yourself. What is your gender? Female. What is your ethnicity? Not Hispanic or Latino. What is your race? Asian. What is your height? 4'11". What is your weight? 95 pounds. What is your color of your eyes? Brown. What is the color of your hair? Black. And next. Where do you live? I live at my current mailing address. So that one is okay. And then when did you move here? So this section asks for a history of where you have lived in the past 5 years. Since I've only been here for more than 3 years, so I'm going to include my address in the Philippines. And save entry and click on next. Next, school and employment. Where have you worked and or attended school full-time or part-time during the last 5 years? So in here, you have to provide where and when you have worked or attended school full-time or part-time during the last 5 years. So let's click on add and then choose new school or employment type. And save entry. So yeah, it asks for employment or school you have attended for the last 5 years. So in my case, I was unemployed here in the US for a certain amount of time. So I'm just gonna include that in here. And then the rest is from the Philippines. Okay, so click on next. Next, about military service. So if the question is applicable to you, click yes. If not, click no. Next, selective service. If the question is applicable to you, click yes. If not, click no. And then travel outside the United States. Have you taken a trip outside of the United States in the last 5 years? Yes. Here is your travel history. If anything incorrect or missing, you can edit or delete your entries below or add a new trip. We count the day you depart from the United States and the day you return to the United States as days inside the United States. We only count days that you spent outside of the United States during the last 5 years, even if your trip was longer than 5 years ago. So let's click on Add Trip. So that's 41 days total outside the United States during the last 5 years. Next, requests for accommodations answerable by yes or no. Next, your family section. What is your current marital status? What is your current spouse's legal name? What is your current spouse's date of birth? Has your current spouse ever used a previous legal name? Has your current spouse used any other names since birth? What is your current spouse's current address? My spouse's current address is the same as my current address. Is your current spouse a US citizen? Yes. When did your current spouse become a US citizen? At birth. Is your current spouse a current member of the US Armed Forces? No. Where is your current spouse currently employed? Next, under your prior marriages, have you been married previously? Next, your current spouse's prior marriages. Has your current spouse been married previously? Next, what is your current spouse's prior spouse's legal name? Your spouse's prior spouse's legal name is the name on his or her birth certificate, unless it changed after birth by illegal actions such as marriage or court order. Do not provide any nicknames here. When was your current spouse married to his or her prior spouse? Next, how did this marriage end? Divorced. What is your current spouse's prior spouse's date of birth? Next, what is your current spouse's prior spouse's country of birth? Next, what is your current spouse's prior spouse's country of citizenship or nationality? Next, what is your current spouse's prior spouse's immigration status? So here are your current spouses, prior spouses. If anything is incorrect or missing, you can edit or delete your entries below or add a new marriage. Next, information about your children. Do you have any children? You must indicate all of your children, including children who are alive, missing, or deceased, children born in the United States or in other countries, children under or over 18 years of age, children who are currently married or unmarried, children living with you or elsewhere, current stepchildren, legally adopted children, children born when you were not married. So this is pretty clear, but if you have questions, just read the instruction again. Next, what is your child's current legal name? Next, what is your child's relationship to you? Next, what is your child's date of birth? Next, what is your child's country of birth? Next, what is your child's current address? Next, what is your child's A number? Since my stepchild is a US citizen by birth, so he does not have an A number. Next, if you have more than one child, then you can add them in this section. Next, about parents. Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? Yes. Is your mother a US citizen? No. Is your father a US citizen? No. Next, moral character section under citizenship claims and voting. So if any part of a question applies to you or has ever applied to you, you must answer yes. Your answers, whether yes or no, will not automatically cause your application to be denied. Next, on legal competency, have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined to a mental institution? Next, party or group affiliations. Have you ever been a member of, involved in, or in any way associated with any organization, association, fund, foundation, party, club, society, or similar group in the United States or in any other location in the world? Next, crimes and offenses. Before you start this section, if any of the questions on this page apply to you, you must answer yes. If your records have been sealed, expunged, or otherwise cleared, you must disclose this information even if anyone, including a judge, law enforcement officer, or attorney, told you that it no longer constitutes a record or told you that you do not have to disclose this information. So, have you ever committed, assisted in committing, or attempted to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? No? Next, immigration proceedings. Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Next, on military. Have you ever been court martialed, administratively separated, or disciplined? Or have you received an other than honorable discharge while in the U.S. Armed Forces? Next, attachment to the U.S. Constitution. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? Next, evidence. As part of naturalization process, you are required to provide evidence and several documents to support your application. So your permanent resident card, upload an image of both sides of your permanent resident card, and these are the file requirements. Next, your marriage certificate. Next, additional evidence to support your application, tax documents for 3 years, evidence of the end of your current spouse's prior marriages, if applicable, evidence about your children, such as birth certificate or court order naming you as the child's parent, or final adoption certificate or decree, evidence about child support, and additional evidence you want to provide. So here is the summary for the basic requirements and evidence that you have to include with your N-400 form. So this is for naturalization on the basis of marriage to a U.S. citizen. So number one, completed, signed, and dated N-400 form. Number two, application fee. So for applicants under 75 years old, that will be a total of 725 US dollars. That includes the filing fee for 640 and biometric services for $85. And then a photocopy of both sides of your permanent resident card or green card. So if you lost your green card, just submit a photocopy of the receipt of your Form I-90 application to replace permanent resident card. And then evidence that your spouse has been a U.S. citizen for the last 3 years. So submit a copy of birth certificate if your spouse never lost citizenship since birth, or naturalization certificate, or certificate of citizenship, or biodata page of your spouse's current U.S. passport, or FS-240, report of birth abroad of a citizen of the United States of America. Next, your current marriage certificate. Next, evidence of termination of all prior marriages of your spouse. So a copy of divorce decree or annulment or death certificate. And then evidence that you and your spouse have lived in marital union for at least 3 years at the time you file your Form N-400. So such evidence may include joint bank and credit card statements, leases or mortgages, birth certificates of children, insurance policies, Internal Revenue Service IRS certified copies of the income tax forms that you and your spouse filed for the past 3 years, or an IRS tax return transcript for the last 3 years. And if you were previously in the U.S. military service, send a completed original Form G325B biographic information. And if you are currently in the U.S. military service and are seeking citizenship based on that service, send a completed original Form N-426 request for certification of military or naval service and a completed original Form G325B biographic information. And if you have taken any trip outside the United States that lasted 6 months or more since becoming a permanent resident, send evidence that you and your family continue to live, work, and or keep ties to the United States, such as an IRS tax return transcript or an IRS certified tax return listing tax information for the last 5 years or for the last 3 years if you are applying on the basis of marriage to a U.S. citizen, and or rent or mortgage payments and pay stubs. And after you attach your evidence, so you have to check your application before you submit, and then make sure you pay the correct fee. You found no alerts, and then you can review all the information in here, and also you can check all the evidence that you attached in your N-400 form in this section. An applicant statement. I can read and understand English. An applicant's certification and signature. I have read and agreed to the applicant's statement. Your signature here, just type in your complete name. And if you're ready, you can click on next. But since I'm not ready yet, because this is just an example, just to show you guys how to fill out the form. So if you need to finish your form, you can always go back and make sure you know when your form will expire. So that's it. And also here is the list of the documents that you have to bring during your N-400 interview. So permanent resident card or green card, your state issued identification such as driver's license, your passport and travel documents, your evidence that your spouse has been a US citizen for the last 3 years, and your current marriage certificate, evidence of termination of all prior marriages of your spouse, and name change. If you have changed your name at any time, bring the document that legally change your name. And evidence that you and your spouse have lived in marital union for at least 3 years at the time you file your N-400 form.